Bolt, want something?
Yeah, brother.
Alright.
Oh, get onto that. Yes. Oh, listen to them.
Oh,
Right there.
there you go, mate.
Cheers, RK.
Go for it.
Oh, beauty back in RK Studios. G'day, folks. It's Bolt Bucket again, and we're back for part 2 of my US journey. The story unveiled. So this part takes place after we've been to LA and we've come down and we're now in San Diego. So this is where the real fun begins. So after we headed back to Ricky's crib.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers! Got settled in and all that. It was getting late, but we thought, let's go check out what the nightlife is like in San Diego during the week. So, before we left, we were waiting for the Uber. I got to see for the very first time the White Shadow. The fucking Cloud 9. Falcor itself from the Neverending Story, the 1990 Honda Goldwing.
Yeah, just bottom. Just all across the bottom.
So that's kind of like... That's going to get full up pretty quick.
And then somewhere else later.
Something that Shade Tree Surgeon should be proud of right there. A whopping $1,500 motorcycle. Lovely. But before we got to go in this lovely Uber, what do? We christen the bike with some stickers. Check it out. Alright. The Beast. The Goldwing. The... What is it?
It's Falcor.
Freaking Falcor from freaking Neverending Story. First sticker. Well, let's kick it up some old school as well. Just so they know. Alright, and then, because he sent them through, all the way from Australia, Mick, on Dundee.
Keep it down.
Fuck man, I'm still in Australia mode, and that car was coming right for us then. Good thing it's on the wrong side of the road. Alright.
Just wait till you're riding.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
When you have to do a U-turn.
Alright, where's your sticker, bro?
I got one right here.
Here's one I prepared earlier.
Blam.
Bam. I reckon that'll fit there.
So far, just Australians. 3 out of 3.
Same dude, but you know, he's a cool guy. Can't even get this open.
This is way longer than a story.
This is a 2-parter, alright? Second part.
This is like a 6-parter.
Alright. Alrighty, Ricky.
Alright, let's go get drunk.
Fucking drunk. So we'll get more into that soon, but first, let's check out the nightlife. So we got the Uber and we got into, I don't know, some part of the city that you go to that you can do a pub crawl. I'm not too sure. Anyway, we went to a place called Bluefoot. And we walked in, sat down in the bar, and was like, just, what's a local drop? Get something local. I'm here to experience America. I'm here to experience San Diego. What do you got? I can't even remember what we got now. I got some beer, it tasted alright. It wasn't too bad. But then, it was already last call. I looked at Ricky and said, was somewhere else we can go, kind of keep going. Not a drama. Head out, he knew of a place. Get into another Uber and go down the road. Pull up. Yeah, this is my kind of joint. You just get that vibe, that feeling straight up. And that place was none other than the shirt I'm wearing right here. Live Wire. So this pub was just epic. It just had a great atmosphere and all that. And, you know, people, Paul, music, had bloody some cool stuff going on Netflix on the back screen, some videos and all this. And this bartender that was there, he was an absolute legend. King Thaddeus. This guy is a guitarist. He plays in a band called Rocket from the Crypt. And it surprised me because he's asked me, oh, where are you from? It's Australia, a place called Adelaide. He's like, yeah, I've been to Adelaide. Played a gig there back in like 2001. I'm like, alright, that's awesome. So we were chatting. We had some brews. I had a hams, a PBR. I had to just try out different stuff. And, you know, end of the night, I got the shirt. It was awesome. Try and get some better pictures of it up here and all that. You'll get to see a heap of this on Ricky's channel and Instagram, etc. We had a good time.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Let's go, Ricky!
Can't stop.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Wow, that's way up there.
From there, the night didn't just end. And I wasn't ready just to catch an Uber and go back. We started walking. I tried to maybe jump start a Bobcat. Don't worry about that. We saw a place at Lafayette, which is apparently pretty popular and whatnot. And then we decided we'll get some tacos. Because, you know, what do you do? So we're going past and then all of a sudden we come up to a Denny's. Now Ricky's just telling me about what happened at a Denny's. Insert clip here.
What's up? What's up? What the fuck's up, Denny's?
Yeah, so that happened, a little bit of a rock show and all that. And he thought it would be a great idea, Drunk Bolt here, to try and recreate that. Check it out. What the fuck's up, Denny's? So anyway, after that little episode of me being drunk, I come across this place. It screamed out. It looked cool. It's from 1949. It's a place called Rudford's. Now this is epic. Check this out. This is a picture of JFK in front of it, only 160 days before he was actually assassinated. Like, whoa. That was just, damn. So we decided, let's go in. I'm like, well, I decided, let's go in. Ricky thought it was a bit of a place for old people, but it's 24-hour diner. You go in and check this out. It screams. It's like it hasn't really been changed since 1949. Maybe a little bit of updates here and there. And I couldn't get over, the menu was 24 hour. Anything you want on the menu, that's fine. 24 hours a day, whatever you like. So they had this burger there. It was called the Super Nick Jr. Now, if you could eat this Super Nick Jr. burger in 30 minutes, you get it for free. And I was partially drunk still and thought, that could be fun. I'd maybe try that. So I asked them, if we don't finish it in half an hour, how much will that cost? $40. $40 for a burger and some onion rings. Nah, I was hungry, but yeah. After hearing it had 7 pieces of bread layered, and yeah. And I'll show you in a sec what was very adequate for me anyway, more than enough. We'll get into the food sizings and stuff in America a bit later, I reckon. So 3 a.m., 3:30 a.m. decided we'll get this burger called a Kansas Street Cowboy. Yeah. Look at this.
Let me just say, I've been in San Diego my whole entire life, 43 years. Never been in Rutherford.
So I've been here for about 13 hours and I just... Oh, dude, I'm doing a fucking bike here. I've been here for like 13 hours and shit.
And I've never been here. Like, let's
Like,
go here.
yeah, let's go. So, like 1949, look at this shit. Like, how cool is this joint? Look at this burger. This is a proper bloody burger. And this is at 3 a.m.
Yeah. Tomorrow
How do you
have
feel?
Mexican food though.
Alright, Mexican food tomorrow.
Cheers.
It is as good as it sounds. It tasted awesome. And this is the very first time I've ever been asked, how do I want my burger cooked? Medium rare. Bloody this, even though I was partially drunk, best burger I've ever eaten in my life. Hands down, I'm sticking by that until someone else can prove me wrong. So that was just an experience, and now I think Ricky might actually go back. After a long nap in, because we were pretty right the night before, we finally got to get out on the bikes and I got to experience what a 1990 Honda Goldwing was all about. And not just any Goldwing. This was a Swamp Wizard hauling ass Goldwing. It was a fair machine. It was, yeah, an experience. Let's just call it an experience. The engine was, you know, pretty smooth. It's a 6-cylinder flat thing, 1500cc. But when you've got the shifting fork not engaging fourth gear, making grinding noises all the way around, it kind of loses that quiet smoothness a bit. Yeah, I said it was an experience. It was an experience. So my first time in the US on two wheels on the wrong side of the road, which is apparently the right side of the road, but the wrong side of the road from me. Yeah, you get one. We decided I have to go out and get a SIM card for my phone so I can be an American. And anyway, I was talking to my cousin that's only just come over a few days before. He's like, yeah, get T-Mobile. Yeah, thanks mate. Thanks cuz. Because half the play places I went in, it was shocking. Alright? But anyway, we went to T-Mobile. We sorted that out. Ricky knew of a place that had a pretty cool backdrop for a photo. So, this is our photo. Pretty sweet. Now we were there, we just got some random guy who happened to be doing some touch-ups and all that on it because they're actually doing a little film the next day in this location. So, I'm in the same location as film. That's cool. Even though I did see the observatory and stuff like that last time, but we won't get into that. Anyway, so we decided that this bike needs some new grips. Now the grips on there, I could just rotate and keep rotating, and that was both sides, so you're almost trying to accelerate with your left hand side. It wasn't fun, it was scary. And so, so we ended up getting onto the interstate for the first time. Alright, getting on the freeway for the very first time in the USA. That was also an experience for me. Without fourth gear, mind you. So a good old 4,500 RPM, which doesn't sound like much on most bikes, but when the bike redlines at 5,500 RPM, is enough for me to kick it into from third gear to fifth gear because fourth doesn't want to engage. and then just haul ass. And as I said before, the speed limit in California and most of the United States is a suggestion.
And stop at nothing.
Normally I drive right around the speed limit.
We all make mistakes, miss. But 160?
Good thing my speedo didn't work because I yet to find out how fast I was going. About 80 miles an hour, I think. Anyway, so we got this big white whale Moby Dick hauling ass on the interstate. You know, and up around to this place called Cycle Gear.
Right. Well, that's valet parking.
Had a bit of a look around there and all that, and finally found some grips that were cheap enough and nasty enough that should do the job for the trip. So got those and we decided to head back. And now Ricky had a haircut booked in and all this, looking suave and whatnot. But before we got there, we had to go up this hill. There's some lights, had your big pickup trucks and all that behind me, and then bike guys. Oh shit, fucking teeth, nothing's going on, choke, neutral, blah blah blah. Just, oh, fucking Ricky, fucking what's going on? He comes over the next minute, it's just, oh yeah, just magic finger touch, I don't know. He got going, so we took off. Found out a bit later that the idle needed to be tweaked a little, but you know, I was scared shitless. And then, you know, I also found out that lane filtering just through is perfectly legal in California. Even got a little bit, yeah, this when Ricky's coming up along, and then all of a sudden I see a couple of the Chips boys. On their beamers this time, and he just gives them a wave and keeps going up lane filtering. I'm just like, okay. It's like, don't book me, I can't run from you. And yeah, that was pretty wild. Being on the interstate and just, I'll do it over here, it's whatever, but doing it over there, first day out on two wheels in America, and this great bike, which is for sale by the way, you should buy it. And it's just, yeah, trying to get through it. Yeah. Anyway, we went through, re-got his haircut, we decided we'll go back, put these grips on, just kind of go over the bike a little bit. And he's got, oh, I've got an air filter. I'm like, let's do that. Let's chuck that on. And I'm glad we did, because check this picture out of the old air filter versus a new air filter. We did have to kind of YouTube how to change the filter, but we got the gist of it pretty quick. It was alright. You have to pull apart about 27 panels up, around and stuff to try and get to it, and then undo some bits and pieces, and then you get to see this down a couple of carbies. And in doing so, we found out that the radio was unplugged. We plugged it back here, we turned the bike on and tried it, and it was working. And it was stuck on some 80s channel.
I see a little silhouette of a man. Scaramouche, will you do the fandango? Thunderbolt and lightning, very, very frightening.
It was like, I couldn't explain it. It was just like, oh, we had like pour some sugar on me and all this, you know, bit Def Leppard and all sorts. It was great. But before I knew it, Ricky's like, oh, check this out. got a cassette deck, and he's found on Amazon a bloody Bluetooth cassette. Alright, so he orders that. We'll get more of that later, but alright, okay. So, teed up. Now, as I said, my cousin, he lives about 12 minutes from me here, home. And I haven't caught up with him in years. You know, we went to school together and everything. And yeah, so we found out we're both going to be in San Diego at the same time. Let's catch up. So Ricky found out about this place called Casa Guadalajara or something like that. I don't know, some Mexican place. He said it's not authentic Mexican, but it tastes really good. So alright, let's tee up and meet there. So we've done the stuff on the bike, we've tidied up quickly and all that, and decided we'll head out. And we're going on, and this place is 20 something mile away. And we're going over there, and then my steering started to get really heavy.
Do you want heavy?
Body.
It gives you heavy, baby.
Now, really heavy steering on a really heavy bike like the 1990 Goldwing isn't fun. We get into there and the tyre's gone down a bit. I had a bit of a look and all that, and I was just like, oh, what the hell's going on here? Couldn't hear a leak. And then all of a sudden my cousins rocked up and went, screw it, let's go have dinner. So we went and had dinner, and I had to do the Deadpool thing and got a chimichanga.
Dude.
Chimichanga.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, footage of that.
Oh, dang, I got 2 plates?
And I couldn't finish it because your American sizing of stuff is huge. Like, this thing was like just a whole plate, just bigger than my head. It was just, yeah. Anyway, after we had dinner and that, we went and had a bit of a look, and we're all looking, we're trying to decide what we're going to do next, and then we come across that the valve going into the rim looks like it hasn't been changed since 1990 when it came off the factory floor. And that just before the rim, there was a nice little bit of a split in it. And even though it had like a little bit of a locator, it was a right angle and the locator thing. I don't know if you've ever seen a Honda Goldwing. If you don't get in that right position, it just starts leaking. So, funnily enough, with all the tools we were using earlier and bits and pieces that Ricky just had all in one toolbox, we kind of just ended up chucking it all in the trunk of the Goldwing. And in there was actually some fixer flat and a little electronic tire inflator. So we grabbed the tire inflator out, tried to do some fixer flat. We're getting somewhere, but then we come across a little tube of super glue. And my god, we chucked that on, didn't we? It was getting late. It was about 10:30 at this stage, and my cousin and I were like, oh, we've got bloody early morning anyway, so even his missus, they headed off, and then we decided we'll find a place that does motorcycle tyres and try and take the bike there. So about 6 miles away, we come across a place called 8 Ball Motorcycle Tyres. So we've decided, stuff it, we'll leave it there for the night, and I'll catch it Uber home. And it was, yeah, bit awkward and all that, but it's what we had to do. So we've left the bike there, we've gone bloody back home. We were maybe thinking of going to Tijuana, but at 11 o'clock at night, probably not a good idea. So that didn't happen. Well, I'm going to leave you hanging. For the next part, we'll continue it on. for the next day. Alright, so hold on to this thought. Ty's at a bloody bike place. Look, we haven't even contacted yet because it's, you know, after 10:30, nearly 11 o'clock at night. And we just kind of headed home. Now, first of all, let's thank Ricky Bobamoto, like, absolute legend. He went out of his way, used his own coin, not mine, his own coin. He went up and bought this motorbike. It wasn't the best of motorbike, but for what he's paid for it and what it ended up doing is just remarkable. And for him to do that, hats off, mate. Oh, and thanks for the hat as well. Cheers. LFG, California brand. So, like everyone, yeah, absolute legend. Absolute legend to be able to do this. And without this, like, he really made this trip happen. And he offered me even to ride his Scout for the trip, but you'll see what happens later. So we're going to call it there for tonight, for today, whatever you want to call it, whenever you're watching this. Alright, like and subscribe, leave a comment, stay tuned. I'm going to put this all on a playlist as well, so you can see them one after the other at a later date if need be. Show them your friends and family and whoever else. And we'll kick it off what happened in the morning next time, because it's going to be fun. Cheers.
Hi, I'm Bolt Bucket, and this is Jackass. And we're going to put this sticker up on this sign in San Diego.
No! Right lane, that's turn right, Ricky Bobber.
Wait, what? You said the fucking that one.
God damn it.